And welcome back to Chasing Trophies. It's crunch time in the T20 World Cup. The first game of the Super 8 unfortunately has been washed out between New Zealand and Pakistan. But we have a double header tomorrow. There is rain forecast in Palakkale as well for the game between England and Sri Lanka. But then we have the big one in Ahmedabad. I don't think it's going to rain there. I'm saying it very confidently, but I haven't checked the forecast. But from what I've seen in India right now, there's not too much rain. So we're expecting a game tomorrow. Faz, a bit disappointed with no game today, but it is what it is. Now we look forward to tomorrow.
या ये फियर हमेशा श्रीलंका में रहेगा मुस्तफा भाई कि बारिश होगी कब होगी। अब कल का भी हम जब डिस्कस करेंगे फर्स्ट थिंग ऑन आवर माइंड विल बी कि भाई बारिश होगी या नहीं। तो ये ट्रेडिशनल श्रीलंकन चीज है। आई थिंक एज अ क्रिकेट फैंस वी नो, एंड आपसे ज्यादा बेटर तो कोई नहीं जानता बिकॉज यू आर अंडर द होल रेन इन 23 एशिया कप, सो यू हैव अ बेटर आइडिया ऑफ इट. But yes, hyping up, building excitement, वो थोड़ा it gets lost in the whole rain stuff. But yeah, you can't do much about this. कुदरत का निजाम, as Sakleen Zak has said it rightfully so. And I think both the teams getting a point each, probably they'll have to understand how it is towards the end of the Super 8s. But as of now, you can't do much. And जैसा बोले अहमदाबाद का, तो yes, right now it doesn't look like it's going to rain. But again, कुदरत का निजाम कहीं भी कभी भी आ सकता है.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to Surya Kumar's press conference today. He has openly said that, this is what we had mentioned. It's crazy. He said the same thing, and yeah. I didn't expect him to say it, but it's great that he said it. That he's been carrying us for a while, Abhishek Sharma. Now we have to cover for him, basically, and it's good that he's supporting him and Tilak Verma going into this game. Whatever is happening in the dressing room, at least outside, we can see that there is support for the players.
100%. Like again, Labdi Sabole, we were very, strongly backing Abhishek Sharma for the exact reasons mentioned by Surya Kumar Yadav, and this is nothing to be surprised about. I don't know, like we all have come to an understanding, I think, in content world that people are very overreactionary, and it takes time for people to get a little bit of sense of security with players. In the middle, Yashasvi Jaiswal was doing fantastic, and red ball में कुछ ही नहीं सकते. One bad trip in like Australia or something, and people were starting to lose their minds. So then he came back in England. So this is a very ongoing process in Indian cricket fans where heavily. There's so many, so there will definitely be a difference of opinion, and we respect that. Like if people are saying, with whatever subject to Abhishek and wanting to get to Yashasvi, whatever, that is their opinion. But this is exactly why we are backing Abhishek Sharma. As to what Sky said, that how are you even worried about a person like that who has covered us? And we know what he brings to the table. One side मार देगा मुस्तफा भाई वो टीम को, हमें भी पता है, सूर्या कुमार को भी पता है. I hope hopefully tomorrow Ahmedabad everything stays dry. And power play may Abhishek shows what he does best.
Yeah, I think I don't want to speak for everybody, but like I can speak for myself. But as a man from Indian origin, like we're scared of failure. Even in school, like we fail, like our parents get upset and we get upset and we get scared and everything like that. But I think in cricket we have to accept that failure, success, it comes hand in hand. And when somebody is failing, it's good to back him, especially when that guy has done so much in the last year or so. And that goes for even Tilak Verma, that goes for Surya Kumar Yadav, that goes for most of the team right now who have been performing well over the year. Like and when one guy is not performing, the other guy is, and that is why it's called a team sport. You can't expect everybody to click. That's what the expectation is right now. Agar aap kisi se bhi baat kare, especially a fan who's watching every single game, he's very particular. Bhai inhe nahi chal raha, are iski bowling wo nahi raha, are ye ho gaya. So you remember you mentioned a few players, but Jasprit Bumrah is also under the scanner. Now he's picking up a few wickets here and there. Watch one spell, he doesn't pick up a wicket and he goes 10 runs and over, they're going to be after him as well. Yeah. So that's what it is. But I feel that the players now, they have to ignore these things, they have to go on. Now on the other side is a very good team, and it's a team that you've said that they're looking for revenge. They they remember the 2024 T20 World Cup, and a lot of the players were there in that final. Yes. So looking at South Africa and the way they're shaping up, there's a lot of emphasis, especially on Aiden Markram with the ball. Let's not forget he's amazing with the bat, but with the ball he's practicing, Stubbs is practicing. It's going to be a good encounter, this, and South Africa look well prepared.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see first of all कौन सी pitch use करते हैं. The one we saw against Netherlands, a team like South Africa will like that kind of a wicket जहाँ पे Markram will come into play. You've got Keshav Maharaj with an exceptional talent as well. They've got Ngidi with the scutters and the slower deliveries. They've got some good bowling if they play that one. If it's a flatter wicket, obviously in India or South Africa might be a more even contest as well. Not that Indian spinners aren't crazy and stuff, but like you said, that fear of failure with India, it looms larger. South Africa have tasted failure in 24 World Cup, and I think for them in that aspect, they'll be roaring to go. Maybe they won't give up till the end, like they won't this time around, because they're definitely going to think about the final that happened in Barbados and all of those things. and now they've got good additions. You did an amazing reel on Quinton de Kock's second coming. The way he's
Okay.
come back into the team, and the way he's played, it's just been exceptional, right? Like
Yeah.
we thought he's done and dusted. अरे इन्हें कहाँ आ रहा रिकल्टन की जगह ले रहा, but आप काउंटर भी नहीं कर सकते थे यार, क्यूडीके को रिकल्टन की जगह आप डाल दिए. दो रिकल्टन has been amazing, but the experience this guy brings, and at this age that he's jumping and taking catches in the SA20 and all of these things. And then Markram, like you mentioned, उनला लखनऊ की तो ऐसी मार्केटिंग कर रहे मार्क्स और मार्करम के भाई डर हो रहा अभी. So they have, and then number 3 पे, number 4 पे आपके पास डिवॉल्ट ब्रेविस है, up and coming talent थे. He was not there in the last one. अब इसमें अगर क्लास इन होता तो we would be like, damn, अब क्या करेंगे? But I'm happy के क्लास इन नहीं है. But yeah, their number 3 also Rickleton has been a fabulous form. They've
They've
got
got
Stubbs.
Stubbs as well.
They've got
Stubbs
Tubbs.
is,
They've
yeah.
got batting till like 7-8 with Marco
Miller.
Jansen, who knows how to do a two-over thing in
Yeah.
India, right? India, I'm very confident in them. I love the team. Obviously, it's our team. Flat wicket pe we'll be smashing them. Spinner ki quality next level hai. If we're playing one spinner, then probably off Kuldeep or Varun, then we'll probably understand that it's probably a flatter wicket we're expecting, because the two pacers will be involved. If there's a more spinner, then probably the one that they played on the Netherlands wicket. But apart from that, it looks like an even contest on paper. I'm not going to give by India 100% मौत डाल सकते, because South Africa equally have played all their games here, like you mentioned as well. Like they have a very good idea of how the Modi Stadium is.
यहाँ पे अपनी बैटिंग बॉलिंग दोनों की टेस्ट इसलिए होगी बिकॉज अगर आप देखें एवरीवन सेइंग वी स्ट्रगल अगेंस्ट स्पिन राइट बट वी मेड द अदर टीम स्ट्रगल अगेंस्ट स्पिन टू वेदर इट्स पाकिस्तान वेदर इट इज नेदरलैंड्स वेदर इट इज यूएसए whichever opponent is in front of you they've also struggled against spin even more than India did. Now the thing is looking at the stats and numbers, and Rohit bhai also did a fantastic reel on that like if you see in the middle overs South Africa have actually capitalized against the spinners. Maybe the wicket was different, maybe the wicket was flatter, but they're going 10 runs in over in that period. The same period 7 to 11 overs, India have slowed down. They're going 6, 7.5 kind of run rate. So that kind of particular contest will be important to see. Will our spinners be able to choke South Africa, and will our batsmen be able to take on the South African spinners?
100%. It's a bigger ground than most in India. It's a decent sized wicket.
Is it?
And
because I know the stadium is big, but how is the dimension?
I mean, the dimension, it's 60, 68, I think 66 on the side and 70 straight down the ground. So I think it's not huge, but in Indian aspects, it's pretty decent wicket. Mahol is daunting for any traveling team. So that's something that's in our favor. The atmosphere gets all blue. You see it's full of sea of blue. So that helps India in that aspect. But the main thing you mentioned is that India slows down. A target that is like what 160, 170 for South Africa, they would not mind chasing that down. And that is where we'll have to see how Indian batsmen up the ante against that middle over period. That'll be very crucial. And also power play, like they've also got equally good batting in the power play that we've seen India. Now India has been losing a wicket with Abhishek Sharma, and if they don't capitalize, I think power play also is one aspect that again we'll want an 80-90 thanks to Ishan Kishan. But if Abhishek adds to that tomorrow, hopefully, which I am praying and you are praying and everybody's praying, India can also sort of then reply to South Africa. But it'll be a very even battle right now. This is where the person that you mentioned earlier will come most in handy, Jasprit Bumrah. Like the psychological advantage that he has in people's minds. We are talking about spinners, Mustafa bhai, Abhishek Sharma, we talk about Sky, but these guys are talking about Bumrah. These guys are talking about Bumrah because Bumrah ki jo khabiliyat hai to turn the game on his own heels, that is being very undermined right now.
Will they be talking about Varun Chakravarti as well? Because he's somebody who has caused problems for a lot of opposition teams.
100% they will. I mean, वही तो बोला, बट सबकी बात करें बट बुमराह की कोई बात नहीं करें. बुमराह showed you that in the पाकिस्तान गेम कि भाई मैं हूं यहाँ पे, फिकर क्यों कर. हाँ वरुण भी था, वरुण तो क्रेजी खेल रहा है नो डाउट, बट जब आप बोले वो पीरियड था इंग्लैंड के टेस्ट सीरीज के बाद, लोग उसको थोड़ा वेव ऑफ कर दे रहे थे. बुमराह एशिया कप में यार ये ठंडा हो गया यार, ये वेस्ट इंडीज के उसमें नहीं दिख रहा. Bumrah is obviously one bowler that has a psychological advantage over everybody in terms of the batsman feeling threat. The Yorker deliveries, the short pitch deliveries, the length deliveries, the way he can move it inside. So I think that is something that South Africa will be keen, and a lot of these guys like Rickleton, Devold Brevis, they'll feel the heat against Jasprit.
Yeah, we live in a world of instant gratification now, right? Like where you want everything, whether it's Instagram Reels, whether it's Swiggy, whether it is Blinkit, everything on your doorstep very quickly. And जो भी है भाई आंखों के सामने जल्दी ऑर्डर करो, जल्दी आ जाना विद इन हाफ एन आवर, विद इन 20 minutes. So we live in that world, but the thing is you have to still understand cricket is a game where you need to have patience, and not everyone will click at one time. That is
Yeah.
very important to understand. I know it's an ICC tournament, but there are other players there who will step up to the plate. You've seen Shivam Dubey step up to to the plate in this
Mm.
tournament. He probably wasn't effective in the bilaterals, but he's effective now. So you'll have another tournament coming in the coming year or so. You have a World Cup, 50 over World Cup. Maybe you see another bowler stepping up. Maybe Siraj is the main guy over there, right? But you will have players step up when it is a team. Look at South Africa. We're all talking about Jasprit Bumrah, and we're talking about Abhishek Sharma. South Africa, Rabada is struggling, but they're
Yeah.
not letting that come in front of them. Like, he's
Between.
a world
Yeah.
class bowler. They know that. They'll say, "Bhai, Jansen hai, Jansen dekh lega." NGD ki तारीफ हो रही है. These guys are stepping up to the plate when Rabada, because Rabada has carried them for so long.
Mm.
They're not just throwing him in the deep end. They're saying, "Okay, theek hai, he bowled no balls. He looked like he was
Mm.
struggling, but at the same time, he was our top bowler."
Yeah, 100%, and that's what it is, right? Like even in the best Australian side, not every Australian that we know, Ricky Ponting was always the best. There was Matthew Hayden, there was Adam Gilchrist, there was Simon, there was Damien Martin, there was so Brett Lee, Shane Warne, McGrath. Like हर टीम में टीम की मेंटालिटी से खेलना है. It's not always going to be one guy who's going to always win you the game. It's a collective thing. Sometimes, at times, Rinku Singh had won us games post the World Cup. Like, he's done amazing as well. At times, it's been Abhishek. At times, it's been Hardik Pandya. At times, so that's what people have to understand. Like you said, like it's not going to just be one person के ऊपर टीम जीताने की ठान नहीं है. It's over all those 11 individuals that will playing, but collectively as a team. That's the main thing. And so India's fielding also, we've got to step it up, man. Like we can't drop catches against an opposition like South Africa. Give life to the like of Quinton de Kock, Aiden Markram, because they will make the most out of it.
ये भी कोई बात कर रहे थे कि अगर आई थिंक बाबा के स्ट्रीम पे था, ही वाज सेइंग क्विंटन डिकॉक का अगर कैच ड्रॉप कर दिया, किसी का ड्रॉप कैच कर दिया तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. उन्हें जाके 100 मार दिया तो आपको इट्स गोना बी अ बिग प्रॉब्लम. लुक, कैचेस डू गेट ड्रॉप्ड इन T20 cricket, but let's just hope in this situation we don't drop that catch and that guy goes on to score big runs, right? Because that has hurt us in the past. We don't want that to happen again. Fielding needs to be on point. What is the dew situation in Ahmedabad?
I'm not sure. I think there is a bit of dew. Usually it happens in Ahmedabad. Drop of temperature. I'm not very sure by कितना degrees है, but usually Ahmedabad does get a bit of dew. वो पहियों पे आ जाता है, अपने को दिख जाएगा. But yeah, mostly I guess थोड़ा होगा probably.
Yeah, because the thing is, I've seen like now the summer months are coming, so batting second looks better in India, because that's what I've seen in the IPL. When it's October, November, I feel like batting first is good, but now with the wickets wearing, it depends on the dew. Agar the dew comes, then chasing will be better. If there's no dew, then you can see that it does become difficult to chase whatever ground you're playing. But I feel what I saw from the Netherlands game, still you might be comfortable chasing, because Netherlands got very close to that India score.
Yeah, I think that's true. Like we would like to chase as well here. Netherlands did get close, and Netherlands started off brilliantly in the power play, and they did attack in the middle over. So I think batting second would be the optimistic way to get here. If you can get the batting team first out within like a 170, 180 in Ahmedabad, we know chases are easy. We saw that we have the worst World Cup experience in our head in Ahmedabad. And I think traditionally also in Ahmedabad, that kind of ground, it sort of starts getting daunting on you the minute you have certain pressure. And as a home fan, also थोड़ा हर run के साथ लोगों की घबराहट बढ़ती रहती है. So I guess with the dew in mind, maybe people would like to go and chase in that ground.
Yeah, and which players are you looking forward to tomorrow from both sides? We mentioned a lot of them, but like one player from each side, if you had to pick.
I'm gonna go with Deval Brevis also, why? Because like this guy, I'm always scared of him. He can hit it huge, and 2-3 innings ऐसा हो रहा है कि it looks like he's coming back. The building blocks are there. Like he got a 20 off like 12, or like a 36 the other game. I forgot the last week against. He got a 36. He built a partnership with Rickleton or QDK. So then I think from there I'm looking like he's trying to get bigger runs. He's trying to convert it, and I'm just scared that it happens tomorrow. And it could happen tomorrow, right? Against a team like India, he's already had a taste of them in Ahmedabad in that series that we played in 25. So I'll go with Deval Brevis in that one. With India, my boy, man, I just praying for my boy, man, Abhishek, man. I just want him to score big. I just want him to do so well. Because of the criticism and all of that overreactionary, I know it won't impact him, it shouldn't impact us, but yeah, I just
100% is going to impact him, 100%. Because the thing is also, our people become personal too, right? I saw some tweets attacking his sister. Man, his sister's been with him for the last 3 years, wherever he's going.
Yes,
IPL में देखो जहाँ पे भी match है, she's there. We've seen her like
yeah,
sitting in the stands. She's always supported him when
yeah,
he's scoring 100. She's there when he's ducks. She's
yeah,
there. That's what
yeah,
family does. So
yeah,
he is 100% feeling the pressure, but I feel
yeah,
some of the hate is unnecessary. So I also hope that he does well, man. Like,
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's a game. Like, you're going to fail at times, you're going to succeed. I just hope that he silences the critics. We want a good innings from him. But I will actually go with the all-rounder route, Hardik Pandya and Aiden Markram. These are the two
Oh,
guys, I
nice,
think.
nice,
Well, Aiden
nice.
Markram, I think, is going to play like a full-fledged
That's a
all-rounder.
crazy. Yeah, yeah,
अगर हमारी तीन लेफ्टी टॉप पे है, if India don't change the order, then Aiden Markram will play a role with the ball, and with the bat he's in fine form as well. My question to you is that you remember going into the World Cup, especially after the Asia Cup, in that period there was a lot of criticism about flexibility in the order. कि भाई settled order होना चाहिए, settled order. वो time पे I was not that critical. I felt like it's all right to be a bit flexible. I understand that you need to
yeah,
know your batting order,
yeah.
but is this a time, like, if your top three fails again, or your left-handers struggle against the off spinners again, is there a time where we become a bit more flexible and throw in a righty there, even if you're playing the same 11?
I think so, yeah, because like if you look at, I think the role definition is something important in this World Cup. Like Zimbabwe showed us that, right? Like they've got a good thing happening. Conditions are very different, but in the Asia Cup also we had at times we had a right-hander on top, right? We had Shubman Gill, we had Sanju Samson, we had Surya. Then sometimes come if the left-hander got out, the right-hander would come in. If the right-hander got on, the left-hander would come in. So I think that does get a little bit important. We ideally sit here and we can say, okay, it shouldn't matter, they're international cricketers and stuff. But if you're seeing a glaring miss happening from the batsman at a consistent rate, then as an analyst or someone, they will give those data points and those data points will be valid. So I think if they do struggle against it, but what we're noticing also, like then we're like Ishan Kishan ko kyun nahi ho raha, right? Like Phil Wafat, I'm happy nahi ho raha. But Ishan Kishan jo khel raha, not everybody's being able to replicate that. Surya can help with the sweeps, sweeps Martha is Surya. So I think, yeah, maybe they could probably go ahead and make a change like that
Yeah,
if tomorrow
yeah.
doesn't work out.
Because at that time, when something is not working, like we heavily criticize the left hand, right hand, but it's so ironic that now it's all left hand.
It's
But
situation. It
it's
becomes
not really
situational. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a coincidence thing, but I do feel that the off spinner thing is becoming a bit of a problem. With Ishan Kishan as well. If you see, he did get out to Ackerman at the end.
Yeah.
In that Namibia game, but 100% he's done much better. So hopefully Abhishek and these guys take it on as well, and do better. The thing is, if you get through the Markram over, there are going to be overs where will come in your favor. So it's a
Yeah.
tricky situation, but at the same time, I think they're professional players and they will find a way too.
Yeah, one more thing we'll have to look into also by Marco Jansen. The height that
Yeah.
factor that he brings, the bounce that he will bring, the short delivery. We know a few Indians do have an issue with that. Maybe in this squad, I see that we still tackle the shorter delivery much better. But he's a smart customer, and I think Marco Jansen also with the pace variation that he has and the height ability itself. Like I think he's been amazing in this whole calendar year of 25 and leading into 26. But yeah, your thoughts on Jansen and his ability
Yeah,
with the
he's a
ball?
top all-rounder as well, man. Like, with the ball, he gets that extra bounce. Sometimes he gets hit, he comes back with the wicket. He's a genuine wicket taker in the power play. He can move the ball as well. His height is a bit awkward in terms of, for the batsman because he is taller. So he hits those lengths which can make you feel uncomfortable. And we haven't seen him yet with the bat, but we did see him in the bilateral. There was one innings he came. I don't remember exactly which match was that, but he came like at number 5, 6 and he
Yeah,
smashed it.
the ODI, the 74 he
ODI,
scored of
yeah.
it.
So he can bat as well, man. Like
Yeah,
he is a proper all rounder. He's a very good cricketer. I rate him very highly, and this is why South Africa, they produce these cricketers who are very good utility players, but they have that talent where you can do the job with the ball, but then with the bat as well. So you can't take Marco Jansen lightly as well.
yeah,
He's going to be it'll be a good contest, him versus Ishan Kishan and Abhishek, because we know they like to go after the left-handers as well,
yeah,
left-handed bowlers.
yeah. And also thoughts on Arshdeep versus QDK. If Arshdeep plays, that'll also be a good matchup to watch.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't mind going Siraj in this game. That's just my personal
Mm.
opinion. I was speaking to my dad as well. It could be something a bit different, because South Africa are expecting Arshdeep to come in and they have a lot of left-handers. But if Arshdeep goes, it'll be a very good contest. We'll see. You can't take anything away from Arshdeep. He's still a high-quality bowler. He goes on the extra side of it, like, he bowls the wides and stuff, but he's a genuine wicket taker. I really like him.
Mm.
So yeah, I think we'll back Arshdeep versus QTK. It'll be a good contest. I think Arshdeep has a good record against him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a
He has
good,
a
yeah,
good
it's a
record
good
against.
contest. Yeah,
So he's
because
pretty.
he tends to go against the swing, right? So that
Yeah.
always helps the
So
edge.
yeah, I
edge
I
team.
think Yeah, I will back Arshdeep tomorrow. Hopefully, he does pick up good wickets, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. You're predicting India to win this game?
Yeah, I am predicting India to win this. Hopefully, yes, India to win
It'll be
this
a
game.
close one, man. I think it's going to be a close game. Like, I think the toss might come into play
Yeah,
as well.
of the last people that we forgot to speak is the guy who's making the most impact, but like we all know, he's going under the radar. Shivam Dubey. His
Yeah.
role in this whole game, how is it going to be?
शिवम डुबे is gonna have a good role, man. Especially him. अगर मारा जाता है उसको सीधा पैड अप करके जो भी बैटिंग कर रहा है
Yeah.
डिक्लेयर करवा के उसको भेज दो वहां पे. He will fancy that matchup for sure. I think Shivam Dubey has shown in this tournament and in the past that he has a specific defined role where he's going to attack the spinners and he's going to play the finisher role, and he's taking the pressure off Hardik Pandya as well. So he's killed one bird with two stones. Or sorry,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what
yeah,
he's done
yeah.
exactly right. He's taken the pressure of Hardik, but he's also finished games for India and done well himself. So I think
Yeah,
he's played a very important role. And when you take the workload out of somebody like Hardik like that, it also gives the opposition to something to think about, right? अरे हम हार्दिक को
mm,
निकाल दिया मगर फिर डुबे आके 3-4 छक्के लगा दिया तो. And also you can see Rinku's also playing freer. जब भी
yeah,
डुबे
yeah.
मार रहा है रिंकू आके साइड में से एक दो छक्के उड़ा के
Come
चले जा
on.
रहा,
Yeah,
which is very
yeah,
important as well. That kind of role we saw Dubey do in 2024,
yeah,
which Rinku is
yeah,
doing now. But
yeah,
Dubey is taking more responsibility now. He has that experience as well, and वो खुल के खेल रहा है. It's great to
yeah,
see. He might have a job with the ball as well as the World Cup progresses. If we see some pace variation needed, or if Hardik gets hit, then he might have a job there. But with the bat, I think he's done a fantastic job, and I'm very happy for him because before he went to CSK, it looked like his career. He won't really play for India, but
yeah.
in CSK, Dhoni gave him that the Midas touch,
Opportunity.
and after
Yeah,
that, he's not looked back. He's very
yeah,
underrated for sure.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, like I would say, we credit Gambhir for this and Surya. Like he didn't have the best form in 25 IPL, but they stuck with him, and that's what he said. Like the utility that he brings and takes the workload of Hardik. Hardik not being fit consistently, we know that as well. So he adds that extra bit of help for an
Yeah.
all round.
I mean, he was like he did disappear. He vanished after the 24 World Cup. If you remember, उन्हें खेला नहीं like under the new
इंजर हो गया
regime.
था, जिम्बाब्वे का भी टूर ड्रॉप हो
Yeah.
गया था, फिर एनकेआर को मिली थी अपॉर्चुनिटी, बट
Yeah, they were backing NKR actually, but the thing is, I think they had to go back to Dubey also because NKR got out of form and a lot of things happened, and
लेफ्ट राइट
it's
लेफ्ट
good.
राइट helped him a lot. Shivam Dubey, left-handed
Yeah,
right.
and he's continued like to perform, so it's very good. We also have one more game. I don't know अगर बारिश होने वाली है या नहीं होने वाली है वहां पे, but England versus Sri Lanka, Patum Nisanka is in very good form. For England, we've got Will Jacks who's batted pretty well, but obviously there will be pressure on their batsmen against the Sri Lankan spinners.
100%. I think, but like you mentioned, very from the right start, that Palakkale will be one of the grounds that they'll back themselves, England, because there's an opportunity to hit here. Now, I don't know overnight agar conditions change, okay, thode turn, okay. There is rain prediction, and that's something that is not going to be very satisfying in Group B perspective, that no game will be played because today ka game bhi wash out ho gaya, jaise hum bole hain. But for Palakkale's conditions wise, England will back themselves. Now, the main question is Josh Butler's form. So that is where they need the runs, and Phil Salt at the same time. If these two can combine to get them 70, 80, what Travis and Mitchell Marsh did, by then the gates are open. And then comes in, your Jacob Bethel, who has been amazing with, anchoring at the same time, hitting at a good pace. Harry Brook has been out of action for them. So that is something that they'll need to consider. For Sri Lanka, they've played pretty much everywhere in Sri Lanka right now. So they have an understanding. They've got a good rhythm going right now. They just got to be consistent, execute their plans, which we saw last game. They couldn't, despite scoring 178, they become very poor in terms of line and length. Spinners were bowling wide and full tosses and stuff. Someone like a senior figure like Tikshana needs to come come to the fore for them. And fast bowlers like Shamira maybe comes back in. I don't know if Madhushan will get another opportunity, but yeah, Shamira was a little bit better in what I remember against Australia.
Yeah, I mean, look, Josh Butler is also in horrid form. I was reading his statements going into the game, and he's well aware of it. He's also
Yes.
well aware of the criticism that Nasir Hussain has made. And Nasir Hussain has told him ki do teen like over dekh ke phir khelo. But he responded to that, obviously not directly to his face, but he responded saying that I can do that, but if I take overs to settle, that will impact the team score and the projected score and everything, and that could be an issue. So I need to find a way where I can score runs at a good rate, but also contribute to the team. So it's interesting that they're looking at still
Yeah.
continuing to be aggressive. Palakkale is a ground they're familiar with. Let's see what happens. Also, I think you're right. Like in terms of their batting, they should be all right. Although spin will be a problem, but their bowling also needs to step up. Again, Jofra Archer has been very erratic. He's picked up
Yeah.
wickets, crucial wickets, but at times he gets smashed.
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Curran has been decent, but अगर उसको मार दिए तो फिर मारना शुरू कर देते. Alder Rashid also had got hit in
Two,
between.
three, the beginning 2 overs, yeah, is looking
हाँ,
a
तो
little bit.
आपको एक स्पेशली डेथ ओवर्स में इंग्लैंड को ये मैं कब से बोल रहा हूँ सर सिंस द स्टार्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड कप ये डेथ ओवर्स का इशू है उन लोगों को दे हैव टू मैनेज दैट एंड श्रीलंका एज वेल श्रीलंका look without Hasaranga they are struggling a bit sometimes in the middle overs we saw Theekshana is not having the greatest of world cups obviously against England he will be fancying himself but he needs to step up now and आप जो स्पिनर का नाम बोले थे सॉरी
Hemanta, Dushman Hemanta.
he's going to play a huge role tomorrow because he
Vela
gives that
Lage, we have, yeah, Vela Lage
yeah.
also there who can bat.
Well, Lage is outstanding, man. I had the chance to sit in a press conference when he got the man of the match in one of the games in the Asia Cup, and he's outstanding player with the bat and ball. At that time, he was under 19 kid, and now he's also developing. He's a very good player. He's a good fielder too. So yeah, let's see how they contribute over there. You're going England or Sri Lanka if there's no rain?
I'll go. I'm thinking England, man. I think England will want to set a statement in terms of bhai hamare ko spin nahi khelna tha, and if they just like what you've been saying from day one, they have to just be expressive the way they know how to play cricket. Maybe not over the top expressive because of Nazir Hussain, but I still feel like they need to put their best foot forward from now onward. What's happened is happened. Nepal is gone. West Indies is done. Italy is gone. Everything is done. Now this is the new start of a tournament for you. This is where it matters most. And England is that sort of team that they've consistently managed to get into semi-final of T20 World Cups. So I'm just going to keep backing them in this aspect.
Yeah, it'll be interesting game. It'll be a packed house in Palakkale for sure, whether it rain or doesn't. The team, the fans will come to support the team Sri Lanka, and it could be a good atmosphere. We're looking forward to it tomorrow. It's a Super Sunday, so do join us. We will have lives. You'll have recorded content. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, do comment on the video as well. It does help us in the algorithm. And thank you, Faz. Thank you to everybody. Really enjoyed it today, and hoping for a good day tomorrow. Take care, everybody.